rather not go to the Premier League out of choice?
No, obviously, like if we got given the opportunity to, it'd be like great because we want the derby matches back. But I think like all in all, it's not ready. No.
Right. Okay. So we're here with
Alfie and
Jason.
Jason. What's the scoreline going to be, and who's the goal scorers?
I think 2-1 Borough. Me, I think Akpom Brace and I think Ross Stewart will score for them.
Yeah.
If Ross Stewart plays, I think we've got a handful, but I think we'll comfortably win, probably 3-1.
Yeah, use Borough or Sunderland?
Yeah, Borough.
Borough, right, okay, perfect. Next set of questions, and I've got questions about Borough perfectly. Right, so you currently are doing really well in the league. Where do you reckon, how is it down to the new manager or how do you see it?
Yeah, I think his new system works well. Obviously the players fit the system as well, so I think it is down to the new manager really.
Yeah, he's a man manager, where Wilder wasn't a man manager. He's come in now and everyone respects him more, look up to him, they see how he used to play, and that's what they like. They like to play exactly like he did. What a heart on sleeve, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But we're here at the last Sunderland versus Middlesbrough derby. You'd sold a load of players at the start of the season. Things were a little bit not knowing where it was going to be. What's your thoughts at the start of the season, and what's your expectations now, obviously at the halfway point?
Well, based off last season, I thought we'd be up there, but obviously it didn't start well, and then when Carrick came in, it all changed. But I think after Carrick came in, I thought we should be up here because he's just great. But at the start of the season, I did think we'd be higher.
Answer the question, Alfie.
Yeah, and at the end of the season, I think we'll stay up here. I think we'll be in the playoffs in the end.
Playoffs, yeah? Are you expecting to go through the playoffs or?
Depends, really. It depends who we get in the playoffs.
Yeah. The playoffs, so yeah.
On current form and the performances, I think that playoffs is really, it should be achievable. We can't catch the other two, so playoffs it is, and we've been there before, lost, but it'd be nice to win in the playoffs.
Yeah, well, it's a gamble. Just who knows?
Of course it is.
We're still in the January transfer window. Are you expecting anyone, hoping anyone?
We're after that Rotherham midfielder, aren't we? I think he'd be a decent signing, but that's it really, I think.
I think we'll get a couple of signings. We need a couple of bit thin in the ground. If we lose Howson or we lose Hackney, we've got no one really who can come in and do what they do.
Is it midfield the position that needs strengthening?
Yeah, most likely. Howson's only got a year left, so
I think we're all right in goal scoring. It's proved it this year. The goal difference proves it. The goal scored proves it. And we've got someone in double figures already.
Well, you're playing Sunderland. You're linked with their striker. Is that kind of, you're not thinking that's urgent then? You're not see that happening?
It's not urgent because it's not like a problem really. But I take him any day of the week. He's class.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if he scores an own goal, maybe. Yeah. He's coming to us.
Who's been your best player this season, and who's been your underrated star?
Well, underrated straight away, Chuba Akpom. Everyone thought he'd be going, but he stepped in and done class.
Best player. Just a different player. Not just his goal scorer, and his overall performance, his touch on the ball, everything has just changed with him. Yeah. And what was the other one?
Unexpected star.
There's Hackney. Hayden Hackney. He came in when Wilder went and Leo took over. This Hackney, no one had heard of him, brought him in. Next thing, he's playing every week, and Carrick loves him.
In terms of who you're playing today, Sunderland, how have you thought their season's gone compared to what you thought at the start of the season?
I think it's gone good. I think Sunderland have done very well. I must admit, we beat them 1-0. It was a close game, but honestly, they've done well considering they've come up, and the other two teams that have come up are struggling, aren't they? So
where are you expecting Sunderland to finish at the end of the season? You're saying the playoffs, or you guys? Where would you say
I think they'll be up there as well. I think maybe they might not get it, but I think it's 7th or 6th or maybe 5th.
Depends if we get your striker off you. If we get your striker off you, you might finish 7th or 8th, but if not, you could be up there with us. It'd be good. Playoff final, us and Sunderland. You wait till Trafalgar Square that night, mate. That will be absolutely superb.
Yeah. Is it a massive derby? It's billed whether it is, isn't. What are your thoughts on it?
I think it's a derby, but obviously Sunderland's main priority is Newcastle. Ours is Leeds. I know we aren't Leeds, but we hate Leeds and we hate them with a passion. But I don't think Sunderland aren't that bothered about us, but it's still a derby. It's the T-Swear derby, but yeah, it's a derby, but just because they don't hate us as much as Newcastle doesn't mean it isn't a derby.
Yeah, exactly. It's same as what he's just said. I just think that our derby is with Leeds because we dislike him a little bit.
A little bit.
But with Sunderland and Newcastle, it's not really a derby. You know what I mean?
Who would you say between you guys and Sunderland are more likely to go up first to the Premier League? Would you say you guys then?
I'd probably say us. The way it's been recently, I think we've been in better form and we've shown that we can be a Premier League team.
Yeah, and hopefully Tony Mowbray will do us a favour. A few times. he's a secret agent, really. Yeah, he's a buddy lad there. He lives near us, and he's a secret agent, really. So I think we're going to the playoffs, and you're not.
There we go. So we're here first of all with
Steve.
Louise.
And what's the scoreline, and who's the goal scorers today?
Oh, I don't know about the goal scorers, but I reckon it's going to be. I reckon it's going to be tight. I reckon. It's derby, isn't it? I think maybe he's 3-2, 2-1, something like that.
I think it's going to be an edgy 1-0 to Sunderland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's currently doing okay. How would you summarise this season compared to what you thought at the start of the season? Has it?
Well, there's still hope, isn't there? Yeah, it's very tight for the playoffs. I think. Nice little run in. We could be all right.
I'm surprised, pleasantly surprised. Yeah, pleasantly surprised.
It could be Borough Sunderland again in the playoffs. I think that's the thing we're thinking. Yeah.
Are you expecting to finish in the playoffs then? Where do you see yourselves at the end of the season?
It'd be nice. It'd be to hope. I think.
Yeah, it would be a bonus. I don't think anyone would be expecting that after the few years we've had.
Give us something to look forward to.
Yeah.
More of the heart than the head kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where does the heart say then? The head rather.
Oh, heart says all the way through to Wembley and Premier League. Top of Premier League next season. That's clearly what we'd expect.
What's the head say?
Maybe less so. I think consolidation and a big push next season.
Yeah, that's what I think as well. Yeah, I think it'll be a nice bonus, good weekend out. But reality, are we ready for that? Maybe. Yeah.
The January transfer window is still open. Your main striker, he's been linked a lot with different moves. £10 million is the reported fee. Are you thinking of fetching anyone in, and do you think you can keep a hold of him?
Well, I mean, Harry Kane's looking a little bit kind of. So
he wants out, doesn't he?
He definitely wants out. He wants to win big things, and I would say the playoffs are probably what he's got his eye on. Yeah. I think just watch his space.
I think we'll keep hold of our players. I really do. Again, that might be the heart talking. But yeah, I think it'll be daft. In football terms, that's not a great deal of money. And if you're looking to the future, then you really want to keep hold of him.
Well, he was playing Middlesbrough, and it was Middlesbrough not so long ago, just last week, that he was linked with Middlesbrough.
I know, that's going to be naughty, isn't it? Well, we'll see, won't we? Because a decent win today, that'll put his mind at rest that he's in the right place.
Yeah.
And at the start of the season, what were your expectations, and obviously now your expectations possibly play off? Is it kind of? You had to summarise it to the halfway point?
Oh, massively surprised, pleasantly surprised. You just don't want Sunderland to do a Sunderland, do you? And rest it all up.
Who's been your star player and who's been your unexpected star?
You can't go. Dan Neil's just as solid, and to me, he's the one that I would think is. He's consistent, and I think it does make a difference that he's from Sunderland. He's Sunderland, he's blood. He was the academy since he was knee high, and I think you can see that on the pitch.
Who's your unexpected star then? Someone who's really done well this season?
I don't really know. I think they've all kind of pulled it out of the bag. Really, I think they've all settled well into the roles in the championship. So yeah, I think they've all.
It's just them pulling together as a team, isn't it? I think that's the thing. Yeah,
definitely.
A bit of bonding. I think that's what we need, really.
Yeah. We're asking people as well, who's going to go up to the Premier League first, Middlesbrough or Sunderland?
Oh, that's a hard one, isn't it?
Even if you don't believe it, you've got to say Sunderland.
Yeah.
Got to, yeah. Got to say that, yeah.
And then, like I say, in January, I don't know, who else was it that you were wanting linked? Sorry, we'll edit that bit. Is there a position? Is there a position in particular? Midfield, attackers, defenders?
I don't know. I think it's finding the right player for the team, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's finding somebody who's going to gel well.
Realistically want. Harry Kane isn't available.
Oh,
I mean, they're talking about Ellis Sims coming back, aren't they? I'd like to see him coming back and get him back.
That's probably a good shout, actually.
That's who I would like.
That's
definitely.
a decent
Doesn't
shout.
seem like he's going to get much game time at Everton, so
No,
possibly.
I mean, they're
If
on
he
the
wants
verge
to stay in the Premiership next season,
Well,
of course,
Sunderland,
then that'd be the way to go.
Everton are doing a Sunderland, aren't they? So,
How would you rate his performances when he was here? Was he one of your best players?
yeah, I would say so. Yeah, big miss.
Right. Okay. Then. So we're here with
Lewis.
Lewis. What's your thoughts on this game? What's the goal scorers and score prediction?
Well, it's going to be a tough game, definitely. Scrap. But I'm feeling lucky today. I think we might come out of it 2-1.
Yeah.
Stuart will be on the scorecard, I think. That's about it.
Speaking of Stuart, he's been linked with a move away. Is that likely to happen? And it was a report of 10 minutes. It was actually Middlesbrough were reported with an interest.
I hope not. Definitely not. I hope they just give him the contract he wants.
Yeah.
So hopefully we keep him.
Yeah. Well, we're still in the January transfer window. About incomings, is there anyone you'd like to see? Is there any position that you'd like to see strengthened?
Yeah, I think we need another striker. It would be nice to see Ellis Sims back, but whether that happens, I don't know.
Do you think that might happen? He might not get used at Everton, you think?
I don't think so, no. I would like to see him back, but I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. What was your thoughts at the start of the season where you were expecting to finish? And now we're at the midpoint. Where are you expecting to finish at the end of the season?
Well, I think everyone thinks we over-exceeding a bit, which is good. I think everyone was happy with us to just stay in the league this year, and now it looks like we're pushing for the top half of the table, which is good. So I'm proud of them no matter what, really.
Where do you think you might get? Where are you expecting?
I'm hoping in the top 10, top half.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I'm hoping.
The opposition today, Middlesbrough, they're obviously having a cracking start since the new manager's come in. How do you assess their season overall?
I think they had a bit of a rough start, but like I say, Carrick's done an amazing job. You have to take your hats off to that, really.
Yeah. Who were you expecting to go into the Premier League first between Middlesbrough and Sunderland? Tricky one.
I personally think Sunderland need to have maybe a couple more seasons in the Championship, build the squad up a bit stronger. I think they'd be out of the depth if they did go up to the Premier League, although it would be nice, but I think Borough's got more of a chance, to be honest. Yeah,
and it's billed as a derby. Is it a derby? Is it a big derby, or is it not really?
Well, there's that argument, isn't there? I don't know. Definitely a rivalry, but I wouldn't call it a derby, no. Yeah. Definitely a big rivalry.
Right, okay then, so we're here with
Chris.
Isaac.
And Isaac. What's the scoreline today, and what's your goal scorer predictions?
2-1.
Which way?
Oh, those obviously Sunderland. I just Stuart will grab a brace. Why not? Yeah.
Score prediction?
Cheeky 1-0.
Yeah.
I think Stuart's gonna score in the second half.
Yeah. Stuart, he's been linked with a move away, £10 million move. Are you we're against Middlesbrough. Are you expecting that to happen, or what?
I think he'll sign it. The rumours yesterday he might be close to signing a new contract. I hope he does. I hope we give him what he's worth. He's worth more than 10 grand a week, isn't he? I understand why we'd be still in League One if it wasn't for him last season. So I think he's worth every penny. Get him signed, and we need to keep him all cost.
Yeah. On the flip side of the coin, it's January transfer window. It's still open. Who would you like to see fetched in, and what positions do you think need strengthening?
Definitely striker. Obviously, I'd love to see Sims back, which is rumoured to be coming back, isn't he?
Are you expecting that? Hopeful of it or not?
I'm on the fence, to be fair. I'm not really fussed if he does. I enjoy him, don't get me wrong, but yeah, I think he should come back, definitely.
Do you think he's going to get much game time at Everton?
No, definitely not. No, he's not going to get any game time at Everton, is he? I can't see him get game time at Everton at all.
Yeah, so who else would you like to see fetched in then?
The kid from Leeds as well, but it looks like he's going to Wigan, that Guildhurst, so I think he's not been promised game time, has he? So he's the one I like to see, and I don't know, just maybe he's a little bit of experience as well, especially in maybe if the defence do good today or 9 to get shoved back into the midfield, and so I don't think we're too bad. We just need forwards.
Where he is expecting to finish at the end of the season, and where at the start of the season where he is expecting?
Where we are now,
and
I think that's where if we finish here now, I'd be happy.
Yeah.
definitely.
Hopefully playoffs.
Yeah.
Or somewhere like 6th place.
I think playoffs might be a bit too much, so yeah, I think
Between Middlesbrough and Sunderland, who's more likely to go to the Premier League first?
I think the Borough's ready for it. I think they've been ready for it for a couple of seasons. I think Borough will go up. Yeah, I think Borough will go up.
What's the scoreline and who's the goal scorers?
I'm going to go 2-1 Sunderland.
Yeah.
I think Stewart and Ahmad with the 2 goals for Sunderland.
I'm going to go 2-1 Sunderland, Ahmad, and then probably Stewart again, I think.
You've both mentioned Stewart. He's linked with a move to who you're playing today in Middlesbrough, £10 million. Are you expecting to keep a hold of him, or well?
I guess we'll see by the end of the night.
Yeah, I can't see him moving unless it's to a Premier League team for a lot more money than he's on at the minute. I don't see why you would move from a team that's doing well in the same division.
Especially a kind of rival at the minute as well. We don't obviously have.
If he made that move, would that kind of scupper him in terms of how you look at him in the future and stuff, making a derby move?
I don't think it would go down well, but if he moves, then you just have to get on with it.
He's got to do what he's got to do, and he obviously money plays a massive side.
Contract, so next move, if he can get more money, then fair play to him. But I don't see it happening.
Who would you like to see in come up? Talk about outgoing there. Who would you like to see in? What position as well?
Just want Sims back.
Yeah,
to be honest.
Sims back.
What everyone's saying.
Yeah.
Are you expecting, hoping, or?
I mean, the way that's going, I think it might not be this window, but next window maybe. If anything happens to them, I can see them needing to offload some people. So it could happen after that.
Well, there might be a managerial change in the next how many hours or whatever. So
that as well. So yeah,
they've kind of used him as a bit of a chess piece in Frank Lampard's game.
It's like trying to get it,
just to show that they need cover. But it would be good to see him back, I think, for definite.
How good was he when he was up here?
Definitely brought a lot out of
I think
everyone else as well. Like you've seen it when he's come on as a sub as well, kind of just it making an impact straight away. And I think that's the kind of player we need.
As well, scoring in the last minute and stuff. He's improving over time. So I think if he used to come back, it would definitely help the squad.
So we're kind of at the midpoint of the season. Where were you expecting Sunderland at the start of the season to finish, and where are you expecting them to finish now?
It's been a little bit surprising, I think, for the first season.
Good or bad?
Good. I'm not expecting a lot, I'd say. I'd be quite happy staying another year and then letting everyone mature and kind of because I think the chances of we're going straight up straight away and then coming straight back down, it's not worth it, I don't think. I think I'd rather just have a year or two to kind of have the squad mature.
So would you rather not go to the Premier League out of choice?
No, obviously, if we got given the opportunity to, it'd be great, because want the derby matches back. But I think all in all, it's not ready. Yeah. No, I think we need more time to get more quality in, build a team that's ready to go up again. And I think that's I'd rather wait for that.
The club's looking as well. They don't want to do the reverse of what we did going down to League One. Yeah. So we need to progress and build in a way that's more sustainable.
Yeah.
So that once we get where we want to be.
Premier League money though. Premier League money's big.
Yeah, if we can get there quicker, then great. But it's like Nottingham Forest are doing it, where they're just buying loads of players to try and stay there. So I think
do you think it's going to work for Forest? You think they're going to stay up?
I don't think so. I think it gets to the point where you're desperate and you're just chucking money at it to hope that you can stay up. But I think if we can go up with a team that's ready for the league and not have to do that, then that would be a lot better.
Where do you think you're going to end up at the end of the season then?
I would be happy finishing top 10.
Yeah.
Bearing in mind we've gone for a large part of the season without a striker. But yeah, if we can get in the playoffs, I wouldn't mind going to Wembley again.
Yeah.
Who's more likely, not saying it's this season, but who's more likely going to the Premier League first between Middlesbrough and Sunderland? Would you say?
It's hard to tell at this point because they're on a good run.
Yeah.
Are they going to keep that up, the good run, or is it just a new manager bounce or what?
Yeah, it could be that, but I think we're just as likely to be able to go on a run because we've got a lot of good quality players, and we've seen the early part of the season once they're playing well and things are clicking that they can put a good run together. So yeah, there's no reason why Sunderland can't finish above Middlesbrough, I would say.
Yeah, I don't know. Obviously, they've been hanging around here longer than we have. Like they've had more years in the Championship than we have, like in recent time anyway. So I feel like, just in general, maybe they've got slightly more chance. But I think, like you've just said, we've kind of like shown that we can just hit the ground running and just kind of do what we need to do. So I think it's obviously the last game was quite a close one anyway. We'll probably see what we've got going in, but I think there's no reason why we can't match that at all. So.
And then last question then, who's been your best player this season so far, and who's been the best person you'd maybe had how can I phrase that? We'll edit that bit out. The breakout star this season, yeah. Who's really impressed you this season, who you weren't expecting?
I would have to say Luke O'Nien again. He always does that. Like in League One, he did it, and then he's shown that he can step up to Championship level quite comfortably, playing wherever the manager asks him to. So I think it'll be a big loss today not having him there for such a crucial game.
Yeah.
But I'll go for him for the breakout star. And I think Ahmad has been probably the best player by a country mile this season. You can just see that the quality that he has is just miles above this level. So yeah, I would go with him.
I'd definitely say, like, in terms of consistency, Luke O'Nien, like week in, week out, he seems to just put everything out there, same as he's done for years. Like so, but breakout, probably I think Roberts has stepped up quite a bit as well. So him and Ahmad as well, probably my two sort of breakouts, sort of like so yeah, just don't know. They've definitely kind of like, especially step up from last year. They kind of just come out and not surprise you because you can see Roberts' quality beforehand, but like just kind of stepping up to the mark and like being prepared to play higher quality teams and stuff. I definitely think they've kind of like shown that. So yeah.
What's the scoreline and what's the goal scorers for today?
2-0, Ross Stewart and Dan Neil.
2-1, Stewart both of them.
Yeah, Stewart's linked with a move away. He's linked with a move tomorrow. Expecting it?
No.
Hopefully not.
He wants a 4-year contract. I don't think he'll go.
Yeah, expect him to stay?
Yeah.
I'd like him to stay, yeah, obviously.
In terms of incomings for Sunderland, who would you like to see fetch in what position do you think?
I'd like to see another forward. Ellis Sims come back, and I think we need another midfield player in, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically what my dad said, yeah, sorry.
Everyone's saying Sims. Are you expecting him back or hoping or not?
I'd like to see Sims come back because I think he's played well. He's getting a lot from the club. You know, the club seem to be working well with him. His game's improving all the time.
Seemed happy when he was here as well, getting game really time. So.
Where were you expecting to finish at the start of the season, and now we're kind of at the midpoint? Where are you expecting to finish now?
Top 10.
Yeah, I would have been happy with us anywhere, just staying up, but top 10, yeah.
Top two teams are flying away with it, and I think there's nothing in the like 12, 13 teams. By a couple of players come in, we can make the playoffs quite easily.
Yeah, and we're doing not Newcastle, we're doing Middlesbrough versus Sunderland here. So who's most likely to end up in the Premier League first?
Oh, good question, that.
Let's go us. Let's be positive. Let's go Sunderland.
Yeah, yeah, very good team, decent team, a very good team. Always have good teams.
And where are you expecting Middlesbrough to finish?
Top 6, 10, I would say.
Yeah.
Top 6, yeah.
So top 6
good
would
team.
not go up then?
You could potentially go up.
Keep going on the run
keep going the
they
way
have
they are.
been.
They're playing well.
Yeah. And is this a derby? Some say it is, some say it's not.
No.
Why would you say it's not?
They're from Yorkshire, aren't they?